You're welcome to Business Daily on Trust TV. I am your host, Chamun Dabeng. Let's talk numbers. So we're going to be starting off with the stock market as of 6 a.m. this morning. All right, welcome back to the show, and today we're going to be talking about glocalization. Now, what is glocalization? Well, basically what it is a mashup of two different words, global and localization. So today we're going to be taking a look at how Nigerian commodities and products have fared in foreign countries. How are products moving within those areas? So joining me to have this discussion today, I have political economist and development researcher Adefolari Olamileko, and I also have the CEO of First Class Refreshment, Mr. Badamasi Burji. You're both welcome to the show. All right, so glocalization, taking a look at Nigerian products and commodities, it's really nice to have the thought of, having our products, having our commodities in foreign countries, them, buying our things. But how well has our, products and commodities fared in foreign markets?
To start with, we need to look at the packaging of our product. Has been a big concern to foreign countries that we normally export our product to. I know most of those foreign countries normally say standard of what they want, how it should be packaged, and the level of keeping it safe before it arrives at their shop. So this has been a big challenge to Nigerian exporting companies that want to export their product out of Nigeria. And I believe in the last 5-6 years, the federal government have been trying to do one or two things to, to leverage on the advantage of exporting Nigerian goods to foreign countries, so that we can have more foreign exchange for our economy to boost up and to grow. But more still need to be done, and that is the level we are today. And I believe that with Alhaji in the studio, they can give us brief of how far he has gone. Because to be frank, federal government have tried, they have set up a lot of strategy to make sure that Nigerian products get outside.
Like they're actually still trying to work. They are bringing in new standards, standards that they've actually set for people who are exporting their own products. Because as it is, according to NAFDAC, about 76% of Nigerian goods are rejected by the EU. Now that's a lot. 76%.
And it means that we have lost a lot of revenue through that.
Yes.
So we're hearing practically from Alhaji in-house here that how much have we been able to get involved with federal government means of getting their product outside the country.
All right, so let's come to Alhaji here, Mr. Badamasi. Now you are the CEO of First Class Refreshments. Now you've been exporting your products to 36 different countries from the conversation that we had. How has that actually moved for you? How receptive have our foreign counterparts been when it comes to buying your own products? Because I do know that there's a bit of negativity when it comes to Nigerian products, because our standards so far have been subpar. Like I said, 76% of our products are rejected by the EU. How have you done with your own products?
Thank you. I think, Alhamdulillah, I think you have met the right person. I can say you have met, as my friend said, whatever he said, that is the perfect answer. It was based on that First Class Refreshment now have the best packaging. You understand? The packaging is the problem. So that's why we even have one with I have a group of companies like Century Printing and Publishing Company, First Class Printing and Publishing Company. I also have the First Class Refreshment, and I also have a First Class Zip-Fax company. So due to that rejection of our products in the global market, that's why I came up with the new company. And if you look at our product, you see it is a very local product like kilishi, kuli, dambunama, sesame. We have been to over 36 countries. But
so at the beginning, what was it like for you trying to sell that product to our foreign counterparts? So how receptive were they to the product?
My product, as I'm talking to you, is one of the best in Nigeria now. And but the challenges, we have to start telling the truth. Let's start with the challenges that we are facing now. You understand, psychologically, I don't know, because a woman who is selling gari on the street or selling groundnuts, and not even groundnut, this gari, of the rest.
All right. So
you can be that you have started packaging, you will be the criminal. Those you see the dust in the market, everything, but you that you have packaged your own. Just last 4 weeks, I think those who knows Edo has festival in London. They have carried a lot of products. Some of them from Nigeria. Most of the product has been rejected, but my own product has not been rejected.
All right, so
because of the high quality, and that is why I came off with the revolution in Nigeria for those who need packaging that can meet the standard, world standard in a global.
So you package for other people?
Yes, I package for other people. I have my printing machine. I have. You look at, and I have partners in Dubai also.
Let me ask this question now.
Yes.
Now taking a look at the local market itself, because this conversation is not just about the global market. It's also being able to sell to the Nigerian market. You gave a very, very strong example when you said the woman who's selling gari by the roadside, she's the one that most people would prefer to go and buy from. Pardon me.
No, not NAFDAC. I'm talking of NAFDAC. NAFDAC, they can allow them to sell their product, but if today NAFDAC will come to my factory to find it, I'm packaging my own product,
then it's a different problem.
Healthy and everything.
Okay.
I'll be a criminal without NAFDAC number, and it takes time before NAFDAC are given entrepreneurs headaches because I'm a director in one company,
so
business visa, that we also have more than 300 products made in Nigeria, and secondly. This company, First Class Refreshment, is the only company in Nigeria now. Go to Wuse, opposite Amingo Market. You see, we have the one.
Okay, so let me ask this question, sir. So now I was talking about local market itself. Now,
Yes.
like I said, it's glocalization.
Yeah,
It's a mixture of the two. So we're taking a look at foreign market and we're also taking a look at the local market. Now, when it comes to the local market, the example that you gave, sorry, I'm still going to hold on to that. I do understand when you talk about NAFTAC numbers and the difficulties that a lot of entrepreneurs do face, which is definitely a discussion that we need to have because things should be easier if we really do want to flourish in that area. Because the moment you make things easier, you give other entrepreneurs the spice, should I say, the
Motivation.
the urge, the motivation to want to get up and also join that market. Now, looking at the local market itself, now for most people buying gari, they won't want to go and buy gari that has already been packaged.
Definitely.
They would most likely go for the one that, you know, is being sold in the market where they could buy at a mudu price. Is the issue an issue of pricing, or do you feel that Nigerians have just not been able to move towards the new packaged products?
I think we need to understand this perspective in a way that Nigerians are already used to going to the local market to get their things. Apart from the new revolution of new market of superstores that's springing up, and people like Alaji and their product would prefer to go to supply superstore with their product. And in that case, you know, NAFDAC is doing a great job. We have to give it to them. And mostly, when people like Alaji product get to that level of packaging, it is expected that it is not going to be for local market alone. You're going to go outside Nigeria. So that's when the issue of trying to make sure that the standardization of such product is in place. Now, if you go to Masaka market now, go to Yaya market, NAFDAC will be there. But NAFDAC can be there at the hearing that there's a killer gari, there's a killer beans, there's a killer that, there's a killer, and they will be there. But in a situation where Alaji is trying to package the beans now, a red oil, a granite oil, definitely they want to look at the standard, how much of this, because packaging product, because of the time frame of that particular product in a seal, it has issue.
All right, so let's take a look at this here. Let's take a look at the trade composition overview for Q1 of 2021. Now, this was compiled by NBS. Now, Nigeria's importation rate as of Q1 of 2021 was 70.21%. You can see it here in the blue shaded area, and in the red area, that is our exports, was at a meager 29.79%. So we're actually importing way more than we're exporting.
Exactly.
Now, with our oil exports, that is at 66.38%, which is taking over majority of our non-oil products, which is at 33.62%. How do we actually create a shift where we're exporting more than we're actually importing? Because 70.21%, even for Q1, is very high.
Very high.
So how do we bring about that shift? And even when you look at our crude oil products, it's way more than the non-oil products. Now, I do understand that Nigeria's major products that we do export is oil.
Very well.
But we've been talking a lot about diversification of the
Exactly.
economy and bringing in new things and bringing in new standards. How do we establish that shift in a way that our foreign counterparts will not end up sending back 76% of our products?
If you remember, just beginning of this administration, there was what they call the yam export. If you remember, what happened to yam export? It's just part of the documentation of where the federal government trying to use political way to diversify the economy, but they could not go strong on. Why? Because when they got to the wall break, they could not continue. The standard that was set for them, they could not meet up. So what stopped the federal government from working more on the standard? Like Alaji is producing locally and also want to export. Why can't they work with them? We have an agency, that National Promotion Council of Nigeria, and the rest of them. How much are they working with this local SME producing to galvanize the economy to a higher level? And when we talk about crude oil being a major export, many people have said, and research has proven to be right, that we are a little bit lazy in engaging non-air aspect of our economy to a greater level. What do I mean by that? We are not being able to diversify the economy beyond our thinking or the revenue that we get from oil. In the last 6 years of this current administration, they have been putting more effort, economic diversification, but too much concentration on agriculture.
Agriculture,
what
exactly.
about other sector? What about finished product? And the challenge with agriculture...
For example, entrepreneurship is a very big sector. It's a good sector
Even
to look
CBN
at.
have been doing a lot, about 37 interventions on all sectors of the economy. But how much are we pushing from the primary to the secondary to the tertiary to get our product produced so that we can export it? Not just for local consumption, but for outside world. It has been limited. The political way to get it done is too much. And it has to do with two things. we have sabotaging importer
Yeah.
businessmen, and we also have lazy on the part of bureaucracy to make things and get things done. Just like the yam policy we are trying to export. What stopped the federal government from pushing ahead? The European standard have said, okay, this is what we do, this is what we need to do. Why don't you go ahead and follow what they have said? After it's coming, African free trade. Is it how other African countries will be rejecting our product? So we need to work strongly. So it demands political will on its Nigerian state. And that is just my take on that.
All right, we'll go on a short break, and when we get back, we're going to be hearing from Mr. Badamasi on how we can create a shift where we have more exports than we do have imports. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, you're welcome back to Business Daily. I am Chamunda Bang, and I'm here with Mr. Badamasi Burji and Adefolari Olamilekon, pardon me for that. Yes, we're currently talking about glocalization of Nigerian products. How do we sell both globally and locally? Yes, how has our market been accepted by our foreign counterparts and even within the Nigerian market itself? Before we left for the break, I had asked the question, how do we create a shift where we have more exports than we do have imports? Because as it stands, our import rate is at a staggering 70.21%. That was during the Q1 of 2021, while our exports were at 29.79%, which is a very big difference between the two. So I'm coming to you now, Mr. Badamasi. How do we establish that shift where we have more exports than we do have imports?
So, as I keep saying that Nigeria looking beyond oil. And that, I think this is the title that at least encouraged me to come up with this business. When I was when I'm fully in journalism in 2013, when we have a conference in Delta State, Nigeria Beyond Oil, the role of editors. That time was Pemi Additional, the spokesperson of the president. He was the then president of the Nigerian Guild of Editors. So after that conference, that what motivated me to come up with those products that about 16. As my friend said, but the problem we have, one of the problems is the packaging. And the packaging is the most important in the business. And the federal government is working, honestly, the federal government is working toward supporting export and import. But the major challenges is, one of the challenges is the packaging and the some of the as I talked to you before, like NAFDAC and others, so they have to cooperate because right now I'm producing the most locally product, but because of the quality of the product, even in the locally, even in the count in Nigeria now, the product has been well accepted. Whereby now I'm trying to open 54 branches in Nigeria, including 18 airport. It's because I went last week. I came from Lagos to open one of the branch in Lagos, Ikeja, because of the demand. So as the super raising of the dollars, if not, like my friend said, we are very lazy. This is the time we will take advantage.
It's interesting that you're actually bringing up the forex exchange right now. That's the naira to the dollar, dollar rate. How have you, as a manufacturer who is involved in packaging, been able to cope with that?
Yeah, with the mineral resources that we have in Nigeria, you understand, both agricultural, both the commercial minerals, all those things we can take an advantage. If Nigerians can take advantage, this is the best time for Nigerians to be richer than any other country in the world. Because I've been to Malaysia, I've been to many countries. Sometimes if you look at what they have, it is funny that Nigeria will be crying. So the problem most of us are facing sometimes is from the export partners. For example, sea cargo and air cargo too. To clear your product, sometimes it has become a problem. You understand? I can't hide it. Sometimes I will become a bull because I know I'm a journalist and I know my right.
Yes.
So that's why sometimes I sometimes I can scale through. But I pity those who doesn't have chance like me. But honestly, government need to do something on how they can support
basically make that process easier for the
it's not
upcoming
easy.
entrepreneur.
It's not easy at all. It's not easy. As I'm talking to you, I'm one of the director in one company, Business Visa. We have over 300 products produced by women. High quality, because there is just ginger like this is 25,000 naira. Just one ginger. If you have cough, if you have cough or catarrh, just one drop, it will kill you. And that out of that 300 product that I told you, it's only 20 or 25% that has NAFTA number. The complaint I'm making today, like I'm from Kano, for example. I have my head office here in Abuja. I have branches in Lagos, Kaduna, Jos, and other things. But now I wanted to add it to all over the federation, because the product, well, as he said it, ordinary people, when they see the product, when they see the packaging, they like it. And one thing I'm doing, even in the trade fair in Lagos International, if you come to our stand, even in abroad, we test before you buy. You see how people are queue, buying and the product. So when your product is okay, even if you don't have a good packaging, you're wasting your time.
So it's really just about the packaging.
Yes,
because Nigerians will tell you
so we have
all our packaging.
Let me tell you,
Nigerian
Nigerians,
colors.
God has blessed Nigerians. I've never seen the country. You know, I told you I've been to over 36 countries, but I swear, I've never, I'm just saying my own mind. I'm not representing anybody. It is my opinion. I have never been a country that God has blessed like Nigeria.
All right, so my next question
Population, cheap labor, and so many things.
All right, so still speaking on the packaging now, if we focus too much on the packaging, now I'm taking a look at exportation of these products.
Yeah.
If we focus too much just on the packaging rather than what's inside of the packaging, don't you think that we still stand the chance of losing out on that market? Because it may create some form of distrust between our foreign counterparts and us.
See, Nigerians have the opportunity. Government has the opportunity to support those people, but because majority of those entrepreneurs are women, and if you support one woman, you have support the society. That was my own foundation. I told you I have over 6,000 children, 70%, about 6,000 children that I'm giving them book, uniform, and refreshment. Majority of those children are women. The last examination they have, about 120 of them that went to secondary school. Out of 110, it was 120 tech examination.
So do we have?
19. So we have to support those women because they have the time to do. How many women? If we are talking of cooking, who can cook very well like a woman? And they have the best. They have the best cosmetics here in Abuja and other countries, because there is no state in Nigeria that I don't have friends. So I communicate with each and every state, and I have all. If you give me a phone number of each and every entrepreneur in Nigeria, more especially women, I can give you. They have the best product.
All right, let's take a look at the value of total imports, which rose by 15.61% in quarter 1 of 2021 compared to quarter 4 of 2020 at 54.30%. And the value of imported manufacturing goods grew by 18.47% still in quarter 1 of 2021 against the value recorded in quarter 4 of 2020, which stands at 69.7% against its value in quarter 1 of 2021. Now, the value of raw materials imports fell by 6.50% in quarter 1 compared to quarter 4 in 2020, but increased by 109.29% compared to quarter 1 of 2021. Now, these figures come even after the border closure. Now, what are your thoughts on these figures?
The issue is this. 2020 was a year that pandemic always looked out and many businesses went down.
Yes.
And we have been having serious structural challenges in our manufacturing sector. Even this year, the Manufacturing Association of Nigeria have come out to say that businesses are bleeding. Reason being that infrastructure is not there. We have a deficit infrastructure stock, especially power.
It's true.
Logistic rules are not good.
Correct.
Then 2, multiple taxation.
Correct.
Many people you've noticed in the last 2 months, pure water have gone up to 20 naira, 30 naira in Abuja. Why? The issue they are raising is because of multiple taxation. I mentioned infrastructural deficit, I mentioned multiple taxation, and also mentioned issues of logistic. Product manufacturers are finding it difficult to spread their tentacles of doing logistics and bringing their goods from the south to the west or from the north to the south. Issues like that have been affecting manufacturing in Nigeria. Then when you mention about importation of materials for production, we have some of those materials to be exploited here, but we don't have the technology. That's why I mentioned the issue of importers that are sabotaging most of the activities of manufacturers in Nigeria. They prefer to go and import. Why? Because dollar will be given. CBN will release dollar to them, and they will make more money, and they will do around tripping of those dollars, and they will get more richer than producing goods for Nigeria. Those are the issues that we have faced. And Alhaji was talking about, you made mention of rebranding. It's not just rebranding that is a challenge. And rebranding issue about African product or Nigerian product is not just situated to Nigeria alone. Almost all African countries are suffering this issue. Remember, I was telling you about the WTO agreement with African countries, how they can export their product. Why is it that most of these European countries that import this product set standard for this product? They have reasons, because it is coming to their place. And we have also have different industrial commerce relationship with all these countries. How come those countries that we have a relationship in terms of setting up association of UK-Nigeria industrial relationship, Italy-Nigerian business relationship, what are those business relationships doing with SMEs like Alhaji, so that they can partner with them, tell them what is needed and what needs to be done. And also government need to come into this, including stakeholders, including media, so that we can see how we can galvanize support for SMEs in Nigeria, not just throwing money at them, okay, take this, go and do this, go and do that, but also guide them on how this can be done. In otherwise, what I'm trying to say in summary is this: the Nigerian government have a key role to play in supporting SMEs to export their product. We want to reduce our importation. And we must support our SMEs, because it is the backbone of our economy. If we don't give them support, we're just throwing money at them, and we don't guide them on how to carry out their business so that it can meet the standard of globally recognized standard, it will be a challenge. And that is where we need to start from as a way forward.
All right, so my final question for today. Now, we talked about foreign markets, still on the local market itself. Now, there are a lot of people who can afford to buy foreign brands and would rather go for the foreign brands as opposed to the Nigerian brand itself. And as they say, charity begins at home. So how do we bring that market back home? I mean, we've already tried closing down the border to, push locally made goods into the Nigerian market and force Nigerians to buy it. But how do we create a system where it's no longer a forced issue, but it's something that, Nigerians gravitate towards on their own?
It starts with the Nigerian state. How much of the conferences that the state government are holding, local government are holding, the federal government are holding, how much of Nigerian products do they use in organizing those conferences? Is it the food they're eating? Is it the writing materials? Is it the whatever souvenir they're giving out? Where does those souvenirs come from? Is it made in Nigeria or made in Dubai? Let's start from there. Let the Nigerian state take opportunity that any of his organization, any of his institutions that want to organize anything, let us buy Nigerian product. That is the first thing, starting point.
So, okay, go ahead.
1 minute. So, as you said that, you have said, let me tell you, I'm doing the right thing. Because as I told you that I will open all the 54. Do you know that I'm collecting over 200 products? And if your product has NAFDAC number, you bring it to my office. If I'm buying one carton in my one shop, I have to buy 54. I'm just supporting those women who produce in Nigeria. And the old shop is purely made in Nigeria. Nothing, you cannot buy anything. All the product on those stores is purely made in Nigeria, like the mini superstores. And so that is the way. I'm not a government, but look at how if the government will come, you are producing, even if you are producing kulikuli, you have your product, but when you have the number, you have a space in my shop, in my store. So my shop is only purely made in Nigerian product. And that's what I'm only selling. So if the government will do that, will because the money goes to wrong hands, more especially those politicians, when they know that they will present most of the company, most of the money, they don't go to the people, the right people. That's what I want the government to check on, because the right things in Nigeria, I don't know what is going on. So we need to help those women. Who because as I told you, that go around. If you want to sell your product, you must have the quality. They will guide you. But Nigeria, that we have a little publicity. We have little enlightenment in terms of those. The government supposed to be organizing conference, even from the local government. Who
All
is
right,
the only people in the city that the only one that they can
all right,
even go to the
thank you
go
very
to the
much, Mr.
government?
Badamasi. We don't have enough time to continue the discussion. Unfortunately, we do have to round up. Yes, there's a lot to be done when it comes to our exportation of Nigerian products and personal acceptance within the country of our locally made products. So we'd like to see that being pushed. All right, so let me thank our guests in the studio. Thank you so much,
Thank
Mr.
you very much,
Badamasi, and thank you
definitely.
so much, Mr. Adefolari, for being a part of the show. And to all our viewers out there, thank you for watching. Do not forget to follow us on all social media platforms and like, comment, and subscribe to our pages. Come back tomorrow for more Business Daily. Once again, I am Chamunda Beng. Let's talk numbers.